Hey guys, welcome back. Another exciting episode of Sailor's Guide to Self-Reliance. Woo boy! I had a truck running down the road, and it was coincidental. I didn't know it at the time, but a rock, big treads on the tires, kicked a rock up and it hit the frame, and then a coyote howled, and I thought that they ran over one of my dogs. I haven't ran that fast in a while. Still trying to calm down. Whew! Don't mess with my dogs. It's almost as bad as messing with my kids. I do not recommend it. All right, focus here. Ladies and gentlemen, what we have here is red cedar. Or is it? It is not. It's actually a juniper plant. Now, everybody believes that it's native from Kansas to Virginia. It's not. It's an invasive species. It was brought here by the Middle Easterners to provide shade for their thoroughbred horses. Now, it's not a useless plant, but it's a destructive plant. If you're having problems growing your fruit trees, take note of the junipers, not red cedars, but that's what everybody calls it. Take note of how many cedars are around, because they have some toxic properties that they use to compete with other trees, like fruiting trees, your apple trees, your pear trees, your cherry trees. They're not going to do well in close proximity to the scientific name. Not going to get too scientific with you, but it's Juniperus communis, not communist. There's no T on the end, but Juniperus communis. These are juniper berries. See? Now, juniper berries have some medicinal purposes. They were used by Native Americans to steep into a tea to treat sore throats and other ailments. I'm not recommending it. I don't know enough about it, and they are toxic. They are highly toxic. So it's used to, actually, juniper berries are used to provide the flavor for gin. So if you like gin, well, that's also toxic. So, enjoy. So yeah, these are juniper berries. I do like to collect them for this particular recipe because right before hunting season. And now here's how you do it. Just like the rosemary that I showed you earlier, you take the stems, and it helps to have gloves because these can spike you, and they've got kind of some poisonous properties to them. So it's best to wear gloves. But you can just strip the leaves off like that. Okay. Now I took it and mixed it with rosemary, that culinary rosemary, lemongrass, and citronella, just like what we use to make the soap, which is almost ready. Oh, side note, ladies, let me know what kind of soap you want me to make. Ladies in town, the ones that are going to carry the product, what do you want? I'm going to do some lemon zest. I'm going to do some lavender. I'm going to do some honeysuckle honey lavender. I got a couple ideas about some stuff that'll be good. So just, feel free to comment. I take requests. All right, back to the story. So those socks that wander off? Oh, here's what you do. You see how obviously distilled water. There's no real recipe for this. I just kind of dump everything in there. The majority of this is juniper, otherwise known as red cedar. Now, when you blend it, what you want is, see how all of the the mush comes up to the top and separates, and see how fine it is? That's what you want. Shake it up a little bit. Now, yeah, all those old socks that wander off and they lose their battle buddies, yeah, don't throw them away. I mean, you can donate them, or you can keep them to do this. Now, this is the most amazing bug preventative that you'll ever see, that you'll ever use, that you'll ever smell. So I've been in the woods, and I mean, if you guys are, can you see me? Should I get in the light? Good. All right. If you're like me, you spend hundreds of dollars when it gets close to hunting season, and I just got sick of it. I'm like breaking my bank. I can't go in anywhere and not blow a paycheck. It's ridiculous. So I started learning how to do it cheaper, and it kind of makes it more fun. It's more activity, and you're not just like one of those people that just wears the t-shirt. So anyways, get your sock, okay? And now I'm using this water bottle, so I filled it up about 3/4 of the way, distilled water. Once again, you can buy it or make it yourself. And take your mixture, turn it upside down. Now, Now we're cooking with napalm. Now I have that juniper berry in there, and there's about 20 of them. I removed all but 20. Oh, it smells good. Can you smell that? Alright, so now I'm going to take my sock and I'm going to boil this for 20 to 30 minutes. Okay? When I say boil, I'm going to bring it to a rolling boil and then drop it down to a simmer. Okay? And then in 30 minutes, I'm going to strain this. I'm going to dump it in my squirt bottle. I've used this juniper as a scent block without this recipe, just crushing up the leaves and rubbing it on myself. I've got so close to deer I could touch them. This works, and it is the most amazing insect repellent. They hate it. And it's also got citronella and lemongrass in it. Guys, this works. Try it out. Love you, mean it. Stay tuned. Stay vigilant. Stay salty.